This video is going to be about how to make money doing 3D printing, and where I think it's probably your best bet to get a lot of good files to print. It's surprise, surprise, it's Nikito Studios. I'm an affiliate, so please use my link in the description above, and please like and subscribe to my video. I mainly make armor and stuff, but this one I'm putting out because I can't physically do this because of where I live in Korea, but I think you can do this, and if it produces enough money so you could buy a new 3D printer or do some fun stuff with the family or go out once in a while, because who knows, you might actually be able to do this full time. With that being said, let me show you why you could do this. So log into Nikito Studios, which I'm an affiliate of. It's in the link in the description, and you go down here. So you have 1,300 3D files, STLs, which is pretty great. You get unlimited downloads, right? This is the killer. This is key right here. Commercial license included. You can sell the prints. All you have to do is give credit to Nikito Studios. There's your SE page. Now, before you click off, I'm going to show you the easiest files to print where you don't have to do any work. You can just print them in the colors that they should be, and your customers are going to be super stoked. And I'm going to suggest some prints that I would do in raw prints. A raw print, by the way, is where you just 3D print it and you don't do anything else to it. It's up to the customer to sand it, paint it, and all that stuff. And like I said, it's 1,300 or 13,000. I don't know. 1,300 files, and it's growing. Supposedly, what he says, you get a new file every day. Yeah. So you get a new. I think he says somewhere. I remember reading it. If you subscribe to him, guarantee a new file every day, which is pretty amazing. And you have all kinds of stuff. You have anime, Batman, cosplay, Digimon. Who plays Digimon? Flexies, which I've been printing up a bunch of them. Not the South Park ones, but the In and Out. That sucker right there, that's a good thing to print, because how much detail it has, it will hide any layer lines. And you just have all kinds of stuff that you can print, from Star Wars, Spider-Man. People will buy this stuff. So let's go on to some of these files that I suggest you to print and how I would print them. The Wolverine mask. Look how much detail there is there, right? That's going to hide almost all your layer lines, especially if you do it in the colors. And I would just print the black, the sides here, black, a matte black. Matte black will hide layer lines a lot more than a shiny black. Then a yellow, I can't pronounce that color well. That for those that detail there is going to hide most of the layer lines, and the customer will not be able to see it. All I would do is just have a few of them, size them to like common hat sizes, and let the customer go from there. This guy, like I was saying, look how much detail that is. That will easily hide all your layer lines. And I would just print it in a colorful PLA, especially like a PLA that changed colors over the layer lines and stuff. That would look really cool, and people will really like that. Unless you do have a 3D printer where you can change the colors, but that would cause a lot of waste, and that would increase the cost of this miniature. So, give and take. Also, it would take more time. This one I would be hesitant because look how much flat areas are, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's just broken up into two parts, so it would not be the greatest to sell as a finished product. So I would, if you're going to print this, I would print it as a PLA gray, so the customer could just fill it in or sand it, or do whatever. It's up to them. But the big thing is you be super transparent on your Etsy store. This is a raw print. This bad boy. Iron Man is always going to be popular. The actor that played him, super good guy. Very popular. And this is a really cool helmet. Hint, I'm going to be printing it soon. Um, it looks really cool and it'd be very easy to print. I would not print it like this orientation. I would print it more like on its neck down. And make sure you size it because I think this one prints a little bit small, so I had to increase the size. Deadpool. Everyone loves Deadpool. And realistically, if you're going to be printing it, you just pick the standard eyes. And that red, I would print the red in a red POA, the black in a matte black to hide the layer lines, and the eyes white. And yeah, I would just print the normal eyes because if you try to have a whole bunch of types of eyes, it just kind of causes more time to slice it and all that other stuff. Other Wolverine claw mask. This one's probably a little bit better than that other one. And you could still print this, the blue part, in what do you call it? Black if you really want to. And this is yellow. The back, I didn't notice that it was so smooth, so that might be an issue. So that might be a good one to sell as a raw print, and you just suggest the person to not sand the front and the top up here. This one is a illustrating version of the Venom mask. There are honestly better ones out there to print and sell. But this has a lot of detail, and Spider-Man is super popular. Talking about Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2099 is ridiculously popular. And this bad boy has a lot of detail. Now, how will you see through this? I don't know. It's not my problem. But people would like to have this. And so much detail, and you could print this out. I think this comes off, and you could just print that as a red silk or something like that, and it should cover up the layer lines, especially if you orientate it the correct way. Don't lay it down; you will have a bad time. This one, because it's so flat and then it has these raised areas, I would not suggest selling this. Your customer is going to have a hard time trying to sand this down, and it's probably the least desirable of all of them. Black Panther. This one has so much detail on it, it's going to hide most of the layer lines. But I don't believe these metallic parts come off, so your customer would probably have to paint that themselves, because I wouldn't do it if I were you, because that's going to take time because you're going to have to sand those down a bit, and then paint it, and you're probably going to have to paint the whole entire thing if you do that. So I would just sell this as a matte black, and just tell the customer to if they want the additional colors, they just get a marker or something like that, because honestly, some of the paint markers are pretty top notch. This one, I'm definitely thinking about printing for myself because I really want to do a Batman. And this would be a very simple print to do. It'd be another raw print. It's very easy for anyone to sand because it's so smooth and there's not that many details to it. This, honestly, I bet if you print I think this is the whole entire cosplay. This is like a big dollar value one, by the way, if you print the whole entire cosplay, except for the swords and stuff. But if you just print the helmet itself, let's get where the helmet is not moving. This will sell. This will sell like crazy. Everyone likes samurais in America. It's a fun print. It will look cool. You'll be the person who owns it, especially if they get the full armor set, will be ridiculously not unpopular, but uncommon of a cosplay. And yeah, I think that would be a really good armor set to print out for somebody. They have other ones too, especially like in the Star Wars range. And then Godzilla. Godzilla minus one was fire. It was a good movie. This will sell. If you print this in flat black and the spines in a clear blue, and just tell the customer to put a LED strip on the back of it, or if you want, put a little flare for them and provide them with the LED strip, that will sell like gangbusters. So, like I'm telling you, you could make a significant amount of money if you pick good STL files to print. These noodle things, those would be very difficult to do, and for them to be strong, to be honest. So, I'm more likely going to just start wrapping this up. His website is pretty good. It's a little slow because it's just his website. But I would only suggest you to really do is helmets, not do full armor sets, because a full armor set is going to take a long time to do. And then you also need to get measurements from the customer. And people make mistakes, and then they're going to blame you when it doesn't fit. And you don't want that kind of life. You just sell your helmets as this is a 24-inch size, this is a 25-inch size helmet, and 26. And you find like the most common size hat and go from there. So thank you for watching to the end. And hopefully this helps you, and I hope that you actually make a lot of money doing this. It is a risk, like every business is a risk. But if you think you could do it and you're willing to start up an Etsy store, go for it. The only person that's going to ever stop you from living your best life, for the most part, is you and your choices. And if no one else is going to say it, I believe that you could do it. You just have to be determined enough and care enough to try. So, you guys have a good night or good day, and 2024 is almost over, so it's all downhill from here.